Okay, so what exactly the raw disk? Nothing but, for example, adding the raw disk to the server. Okay, so the concept is very clear. Okay, so raw disk, the name itself we can conclude that it is directly coming from the hard disk. Okay, hard disk, and the major thing is that there is no PV, VG, LV mechanism. Okay, usually when we are creating any kind of the things, and we used to go with volume group, physical volume, and a logical volume. That is a process of the methodology. But coming to here, the methodology is that, so we are adding raw disk to the server. For example, let it be, this is the one of the server. In this server, okay, actually client is looking for, let it be, you will get a request from the client or from the user. Okay, so let it be server 192.168.216.129. okay, add the, let it be, 5 GB disk without LVM based, type should be EXT4 or XFS, whatever may be the thing. Let it be, we can take the XFS. Okay, server location, let it be Washington DC. Washington DC. Okay, and type, it is a production. Okay, so that is the exactly the requirement. And file system name is, let it be, slash backup. Okay, this is something requirement. The requirement stating that the client is want to looking for the some kind of file system, and the file system type is that, okay, non LVM based. LVM based means nothing but we are creating the PV, VZ, LV, those type of the step. Non LVM based means what? So we are going with the mechanism of directly executing the things. Okay, so let me go to the process. We have one document. We pick up those things also. So for this one, first of all, you need to go to your VMware settings, select the hardware and add, and you make sure that select the next. SCSI is recommendable. SCSI, select, let it be some 8 GB. I want to make the single storage disk. Okay, why means the client is looking for some temporary purpose. He don't want to use it for the longer purpose. Maybe he clearly said that I want to use for the temporary purpose. So this instruction we received, this is part of the area, it is performed by the storage team only. These are the things we are not performing. Since it is a test environment, we are performing the things, but in generally we are not performing any kind of actions, any kind of things under, okay, in generally. Okay, so next, so I attach the disk. So there is a, actually the 17 version whatever we are using, we have some bug into this version. The problem here is that in 17 version, whatever the free version of workstation we are using, okay, it is properly not taking the primary and secondary. Okay, So usually if we have a 16.x version, we can use that. But right now that is in, we need to download, not in VMware site, other sites we need to download. So the thing is that whatever the site we selected, go to the advanced settings. Here you can see that SCSI 0 and 0. You need to make it as 0, comma 1. So what is a 0 and 0 means? Sometime back when I was discussing, 0 and 0 is nothing but it is allocated to the root disk. The root disk will be, means your operating system will be loading into the 0 and 0, and the 0 1 is something like that, it is allocated to the your secondary disk. So you need to select the 0 and 1. If you're not selecting, also not an issue. Just for the information only I am conveying. Actually the problem here is that some of the times after reboot your operating system is restarting once again. In the time this version we don't have a bug mechanism, just we need to delete the particular disk and you need to reboot. Automatically the operating system will be boot from the 20 GB whatever you created by automatically. So 16x version, okay, we are not having this bug mechanism. The 17 version is the new version. Okay, so since it is a free version we are using for the testing purpose. Okay, 16 version means we can use it somewhat better, means with this except this bug everything is fine. Just for the information only. And whatever these operations are we are performing, adding the LUN, types of the LUN, these and all, it's not our work. It is under the control of the storage team. The storage team guys will going to be perform this activity from our end. Just we need to be taken part upon, nothing but just we need to be working upon and we need to manage the things. Let me click on the OK. So this is the server. Okay, so if config -a or IP are also, you will get a IP address. Okay, the IP address of the server. So once it is started, so in interview questions also people will ask you that, okay, as a part of the regular activity the storage team will add you the disk from the OS end. How you are going to take up control? Or second question is that once you added the disk by the storage team, okay, to the respective server, it is not reflected what are the actions you are going to do it. LSBLK. So right now when we clicking here, list the block devices, here the list the block devices, it is not listing anything. Okay, since the problem here is that the SCSI. So whenever we are adding the storage dividers, we select the SCSI. The SCSI channel is not refreshed. Okay, one more command is that f disk space -l. So this command also we can list out full-fledged property information of whatever we listed here into the LSBLK. This command will help you out to list all the information of the thing. For example, what are the file systems are there and each and everything it is listing out, and you are not able to see that 8 GB. So 8 GB is not listing. For refreshing that one, we have a one command called SCSI rescan. So SCSI rescan, this command will help you to refresh your operating system. So now you can see that it is listed out. Okay, so when you are seeing earlier, okay, so the earlier it is not listing out, but right now it is listed out, and you can see that every disk also, every space -l also, you can see that earlier it is not listing, now it is listed by the 8 GB. The 8 GB was listed here automatically. So the now requirement is that, okay, let it be, it is a listed, fine for me. The client said that, okay, so once the file system is, this is the file system. Sorry, what is general process? Once the file system is created, okay, we are going with a mechanism of like a PV create. Okay, say we are checking LSBL checking. After that, we are doing the PV create, we are doing the VG create, we are doing the LV create, and after that only what we are doing, we are creating the MKFS. But coming to here, and we are doing the mounting. So this is the general process. But coming to here, what the client said, they clearly said that you don't want to go with a LVM based mechanism. Why the LVM based mechanism? Because LVM based mechanism we have a lot of advantage. Why you don't want to be go with that one? For example, the scenarios will come into the production environment. Let it be this weekend you people are doing some migration. So when you are doing the migration, he want to store that some temporary files like a patching details or reports details into the particular folder. You don't want to be mess up unnecessarily other folders because occupancy wise or something. So what the client decided, okay, create a separate file system, store all the data over there. Okay, once you completed your maintenance activity, you can unmount the device. Okay, so nothing but it's something like a, we are using the our third party device like a pen drive. See why your pen drives are using, you want to store the copy for some temporary purpose or move the copy from one place to other thing. So in the type of the instructions we are going with the mechanism of pen drive mechanism, right? The same way client is looking for the some temporary purpose, in the time we are going with the this mechanism. So for example, as I said here earlier, we don't want to go with the LVM. If going with LVM means what we can do, creating a PV, VG, LV and MKFS we are doing. But right now we don't want to go with anything. In that time, how we are going to perform it? So in that time we are going to perform with the mechanism of, okay, so simply creation of file system. Directly we are creating the file system. Let it be MK. How we are creating the file system? MKFS dot XFS. Whether he is looking for XFS or EXT4, whatever it may be, the same format we are going to give it on the location. Nothing but what exactly the location of the device. For example, earlier cases we are giving the location of LV. Have you remember that one? We are giving the LV display command, LV information we are giving. But coming to here, we are not giving the LV, we are giving the raw disk. So file system is created. Now we can create a directory. So what exactly the directory client is looking? Backup. Let it be backup. I created. Okay. Mount. The next command is that mount command. Mount the device. Source. What is the source? This is the source. Space. And the what is the destination? Is the destination. So how you are going to validate? By using the df-eh space whether this file system is mounted or not. So it is mounted and is allocated to the server also. So I can able to create a file systems also inside of a particular directory. So this is the way client is using for the temporary purpose. See, once the client is decided that don't want to proceed the thing means, okay, what the people are doing means, let it be this is a file system of backup, right? Like a umount slash backup. Sorry, here umount is not there, unmount. Oh, spelling mistake. MOU mount. Yes. So you mount, it is working by means once you unmounted the device, when you trigger that one, it is not listening out. Okay. So mount is the command to mount the devices to the your operating system. You mount or unmount. See some of the operating system like a CentOS, Ubuntu, some of the things instead of you mount, it will be holding by the unmount. Okay, so only the small differences will be there. You need to try with the both of them, umount or unmount. Okay, the unmount or umount command will help you out to remove the or remove the connection whatever they established from the raw disk to your operating system. So this will be happen by your operating system by using the command called umount. Nothing but temporarily we are releasing the disk from the your operating system. So if you can recap the entire thing, so we can perform what exactly we perform. First of all, step one, we added the space, let it be 8 GB as a SCSI device. I added. Secondary thing is that, okay, so server from the server mkfs dot xfs I created mkfs dot xfs I created, and with a slash dev slash sda. Once it is created, I mount the device, mount slash dev slash sda with slash backup. Okay, so these are the steps we performed for the adding to the raw disk. So raw disk itself, it is a non-LVM based. When you're going with the non-LVM based, the majorly point is that, okay, we run the show without journaling. Journaling won't be there. So journaling is a one of the concept, right? When you're going with EXT3, EXT4 something, journaling is a one of the major thing. But here journaling won't be, some of the times it won't be applicable with the raw disk. Okay, so these are the major things about the file system. Let me mount back once again. Mount in the sense I need to go with the same thing. Okay, I mount the bound space source and destination. I'm going to validate both are available. So both are available. Then next thing is that we'll go with the second scenario. So second scenario stating that there is a sum of the situations. So you want to convert from ext2 to ext4 or ext3 to xfs. So there is some sort of the commands you need to go with. Okay, for example, there is a sum of the situation. Okay, the client said that let it be, right now I have the file system of xfs. Okay, so in the xfs to other file system we cannot convert because xfs is the high end. Okay, if you want to convert also, maybe you will get the loss of the data. See, when you are performing any kind of conversions, so 99% of the thing in production environment, once you done means we are not converting anything, but the process is there. Process is there for the conversion. Okay, the conversion what exactly will happen? Okay, for example, usually what we are doing here, when you trigger df-h, this type is that right now XFS. So what we are doing, first of all, in production environment, we are taking the backup of the server. First take the backup, and once it is completed, mkfs dot, let it be ext4 space slash dev. So like this. So you can see that here the client clearly, nothing but operating system clearly says that it is already consisting of XFS file system. Do you want to proceed? If you proceed yes means automatically it will convert. Okay, so once you convert, so the thing is that the conversion is a very sensitive thing. At the time of conversioning, you lost the data. So that is the reason what the people are doing. Conversion is not recommended by the operating system also. Nothing but kernel also, Red Hat team also not supported by the kernel, sorry, conversion. But the conversion we can do it. You can see that here right now I converted the file system into ext4. So coming to the backend, what exactly happened in this situation? See, conversion of file system from one type to other. So the conversion of the file system, how we are going to do it? The conversion of the file system is going to be performed by the step-by-step process. Okay. See, first of all, when client asks the conversion also in production environment, we need to give the disclaimer state that conversion is dangerous and may data be lost. So it is very dangerous. So what is the alternative? For example, let it be client, we have a space of 2, let it be 8 GB. This 8 GB space is there. Client, he want to convert into the XFS file system to EXT4. The better way is that, okay, so better solution, we can convert into two things. First thing is that create new file system with ext4 and copy the data and release the old one. That is a solution. Means technically how we can do it means create new PV or VG. For example, if you're going with a non-LVM based also, okay, so create something like that, mkfs dot ext4 slash dev, let it be new disk is something like that std, okay, slash already backup is there, so that is the reason instead of going with the backup, go with the backup hyphen new something. Okay, so once you create it, then you mount the device slash dev slash sdb slash backup new. So this is the process we are going to inform to the users. So coming to here, when we are performing this process, so this is the once it is completed means already you people are having the backup, right? Nothing but cp already whatever the data, like for example, second step is that copy the data copy the data from source to destination. Means how you are going to do the copy. First of all, you need to go to the old directory, backup, then cp dot or cp whatever the data is there, everything to the slash backup hyphen new. So this is the way how you are copying the data. Once a copy, unmount device means you mount slash back. Okay, so this is the one way of processing the thing, but what is the problem here? So the thing is that this is a better way of executing into the production environment. Why means the data is not going to be lost at any moment of the time. Okay, so data is very important. For example, let it be you are dealing with a Flipkart, Amazon or something. From their point of view, every single data is a very important. So when you are dealing with any kind of operation, the data when you are dealing small type of operation also, it will give you the lot of impact. So that is the reason what the people are doing. So this is the best way of solution. Nothing but we are not disturbing any environment. Whatever the client need, we are creating, we are allocating. So once you unmount the device, particular storage device, okay, it will be taken care by the your VMware team or storage team. Nothing but once you free, the disk will be free, right? Automatically your server, nothing but your storage team will acquire and use it for the some other purpose. So here there is no kind of the wastage here. But what is the other method we can use? The step. So another method. So another method, it is not recommendable, but we can perform it. Nothing but same disk we can convert into XFS or EXT4 to desired one, like XFS or EXT3, 4 or 2. So how we are going to perform? First of all, we unmount the device slash like a backup. So once we unmount the device, then we are going to perform nothing but one we unmount the device. So we are going to like a mkfs dot ext4. Let it be earlier I created XFS. Now I want to convert into the ext4 slash dev. Okay, so otherwise, yeah, slash dev slash ste. So once that is created, I need to mount the device slash dev sda slash backup. But the dangerous part is that the data is going to be lost. Nothing but the data is very dangerous, that going to be lost at the time of this conversion. You can see that at the time of the conversion, the entire files, see what exactly the major thing is in ext4 and XFS. The journaling is there, lot of the future differences are there. The entire things is going to be default, nothing but it will going to be problematic. So that is not the recommended, but we can do the operation as expected. Any doubts till now?
Well, in step 2, na, go to notepad.
This one?
This was step 2. It is a temporary, you can copy a permanent.
No, it is a permanent.
Permanent, na?
See, whatever the data is nothing but, see, for example, what we are doing here, let it be in this particular server. Okay, I'm having some sort of the copy of the data. Okay, so when we are going to do some nothing but new file system we are creating, what you are doing, you are copying all the data. Okay, whatever the data is there, everything you are copying to the, like like this. Okay, so nothing but you are copying all the data to the, as of now I don't have the directory. Okay, so you are copying the data to the particular server. Otherwise you have a directory, means all the directory your particular information you are copying. See, when you are copying, automatically the data will be moving from the source to destination. So once we have a backup, then I can release you, right? Before releasing, first of all I need to make sure that the data particular directory should be not having any dependency, right? That is my primary objective. So that is the reason what I am doing. See, whatever operations you people are performing into the production environment, always you need to keep the backup. Okay, backup is a very mandatory. You need to take the backup and you need to keep into the backup. That is a very mandatory thing. You need to be present. So this methodology also we can do it. It's a very easy. But the thing is that when you compare this methodology, second methodology, first methodology is somewhat bigger. But the thing is that first methodology we can complete the task very fastly. Nothing but safer sidely we can complete. But the second methodology, whatever the another method is there, right? It is somewhat dangerous. Nothing but it is not that much of easy. If something is happen also, the client cannot claim the data. And see, it is not about the data. Unnecessarily complications will come into the picture. So that is one of the major objective of file systems. Okay, so that is one of the thing. So okay, so extending of LV, there is one more is there. I think me open that one. So now the concept is that extending of LVM. So what is extending of LVM? For example, in our production environment also, let it be I'm having the one server 192.168.106.129. This server having the one file system. Let it be slash backup. This is one of the file system. It is having FS is nothing but file system. Okay, the capacity is that let it be 2 GB. The capacity is 2 GB. So as per the client need, the 2 GB is almost it is going to be occupied. Nothing but the 2 GB is not enough for the client. The client said that need to increase the capacity minimum of 5 GB more. Nothing but 5 plus 2. Nothing but 5 plus 2. Let it be, otherwise he want to clearly mention that increase the capacity total 5 GB. So 5 GB he want to increase means how much I need to add? Plus 3 GB I need to add, minus 5 minus 2. Okay, let it be 5 GB we want to add it, otherwise okay. So to the particular device, okay. And what is the type of the file system? Let it be type is that EXT4. Okay, and data center is nothing but Washington DC. Okay, and server type is nothing but virtual server. So this is exactly the requirement you received from the client. The client clearly said that this is exactly the requirement, and the capacity is the 2 GB is right now is there. Please increase to 5 GB. Nothing but please add, let it be. Some of the time they will go with a clearly mention that okay, add 5 more GB, 5 GB to nothing but backup new device. So you add a 5 more GB to the backup new device. So this type of the requirements you will get. So first of all, from our environment I don't have the any devices right now. Because of that, so right now, so coming to the here environment, so I don't have the any LVM right now. So what I'm going to do it, I will go to the scratch. First of all, I will add a one LVM. How you are going to add a LVM? First of all, select, add, again the same type, next, next, next. Let it be as a some 5 GB. Client is looking for 5 GB. Let it be. I'm creating the some 10 GB. Okay, let it be 2 GB I am allocating for the at the time of creation. Okay, let it be 5 GB. Let it make it as a 7. Okay, let it be storage single. I'm creating. Okay, so once I created from the server, okay, so let it be. I will show you the steps. Once I created, I will show you the steps of whatever we can do it. Otherwise, let me showcase you here. See, the requirement is that this is the one. Whenever we receive the requirement, so first of all we need to do the analysis. Nothing but prerequisites. What is the prerequisites? Okay, the thing is that df-th/backup new, it is there or not. First of all, that I need to go to the validation. I need to go to the from the client end whether it is there or not. First of all, I will validate. Okay, it is there. Do we have a space into the volume group? Do we have any space? And I am going to check it out. LVM side, do we have any space into the LVM? Okay, LVM also, do we have space? I am going to validate it. So, and meanwhile, I'm going to validate. I have a space into the PVS also. Do we have any space into the PVS also? I'm going to revalidate everything. Once I done, then I'm going to, if we have a space means LV extend, LV extend command. I'm using LV extend to extend file system. To extend the file system, then refresh the file system. So how you will refresh the file system? If it's EXT4 means okay, E2FSCK, okay, or XFS means we are going with XFS underscore growfs commands we are triggering. So then how I'm going to do the validation by using slash backup new command. I'm going to validate. So these are the things I'm going to do the technically. So first of all, what I'm going to do is first I request storage team to add a space if not there. Okay, for example, right now I don't have the space. I requested to the storage team. Last time I said you right, whenever you are asking the storage team request, the request should be into this format. Okay, hi storage team, as per the request we need to add the 5 GB. Please find the details, server details, host details, data center, rack details, requested space, and OS check. Everything we need to going to be provided to them. So once they create it, it will be reflected over there. For example, it is not reflected. How you are going to reflect it? lsblk command. So right now I added the 7 GB. The 7 GB is not reflected here. So the 7 GB is not reflected means I need to refresh the mechanism. So how I'm going to refresh by using this command. This will help you out to refresh. Nothing but a scanning of host. SCSI I'm going to be refresh. So now you can see that earlier it's a 7 GB. You can see that 7 GB is not there, but coming to here, so 7 GB is reflected. Let it be. Once the 7 GB is reflected, I am going to create a file system. Nothing but how I am going to create a file system. Let it be. So first of all, we discussed we are going with a scenario. So earlier scenario, right now first of all I want to extend means I need to create a file system. Let it be slash backup new. So right now I don't have anything, so I want to create a file system. VGS I don't have a space, LVS I don't have a space, and PVS I don't have the space at all. Nothing but there is no much information is existed. So first of all, what I'm going to do it means I'm going to type lsblk. On top of this device I'm going to create a PV. How I'm going to create a PV? PV create slash dev slash sdb. PV is created. You can see that PV is 7 GB. So on top of that I'm going to let me check the VGS. VGS is this is their OL. So if you want to go with the VG, same VG, okay, what I'm going to do it, I'm going to perform the by using the like a VG extend. Nothing but let it be. I want to perform the space to the same, nothing but same space means let it be. Here two things we are going to perform. First we will go with the primary thing. Okay, nothing but LV create, we can go with that one. VG create, VG non-root, VG non-root I'm creating. Okay, so what is the type of the file system? Slash stb VGS created. Now we PV created, VG created. Now the requirement is that I need to perform the LV. LV is nothing but LV create. Okay, so the command is that LV create hyphen L, let it be hyphen L. 2 GB is something I'm creating. hyphen L 2 GB. Okay, hyphen N is nothing but it's a new file system because the file system is not existed. Okay, LV name, LV hyphen backup. Okay, and VZ type. What is a VZ type? The VZ type is that VZ not root. So LVM is created. So once LVM is created, I need to create a mkfs dot ext4. I'm going to create into the server, nothing but mks dot slash dev. Okay, and the VZ name. What is the VZ name? This is the VZ name slash and the LV name. The LV file system is created. Now I need to do the mount. So first of all, before doing the mount, first of all I need to create a directory slash backup hyphen new. I'm creating mount source plus destination. I'm adding df hyphen th. Now the new file system is created successfully. Okay, now the requirement, now we will come back to the requirement. Now requirement is that right now the capacity is 2 GB. Okay, the requirement is that right now the capacity is 2 GB. The client said that we want to extend the 5 more GB. The client clearly said that okay, there is a 5 GB is the capacity of that, you need to extend it for the this particular file system. How you are going to extend? We are going to first validate. Yes, we have a space, we have a 5 GB is there, we have a VGS 5 GB is there, nothing but since let it be you have a 10 rupees, 10 rupees, you have some of the expenses in the particular month or 3-4 rupees you completed. That is a sum of the situation. You people are expecting some sort of additional details, nothing but you people are okay, due to some function or festival in that month again some 5,000 rupees of something you need, but you have already buffer amount, nothing but you have a buffer amount, make a use of that. That is called VG. VG is nothing but it is a kind of virtual bank type. Okay, for example, you don't have the space, then what exactly the thing you people are going to take up the thing from the your friend or your colleagues or nothing but temporarily you are allocating the space. That is called we are working with the storage team here. So coming to here, I'm adding the space here. So let it be. So here I'm going with the LV extra, nothing but I have a already space. So in what volume group already space is there means where I need to extend the top word, nothing but LVM I need to extend, nothing but LV extend, LV extend command, LV extend hyphen L. So how much of the space the client is looking? Let it be 5 GB. Okay, let it be 5 GB. Most of the times we cannot directly allocate because some buffer space also will take you. So we will try with the 5 GB slash dev slash VZ name. What is the VZ name? Let it give the full path. So since the 5 GB is fully I cannot give it because it is taking the some buffer space also. Let it be I can give in the let it be some 4 GB. 4 GB is now successfully completed. But how you are going to validate? When you trigger the df-h, the things are not reflected. Means if you want to reflect means you need to refresh. Refresh means how you are going to do it. Resize to fs. Resize to fs. Resize to fs is the command will help you out refresh your file systems. So refresh your file system will help you out. Earlier it is a okay this much of the capacity, now it is increased, the capacity is increased. So now I added the 4 GB, 4 plus 2 nothing but 6, but this some buffer space. This generally will occupy the some buffer space here. You understand? It need to be practice actually. Okay, just go through the things and practice the things. Okay, then only it will be helpful for you guys. All the scenarios. Okay, practice the things. Okay, we can connect tomorrow. I will share you the video. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay then. Thank you.